Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Barnes. I'm a class of 2008 graduate from Kokomo High School. And today I am a marketing professor at the University of Louisville's College of Business. If you know any little bitty thing about me, you know that I was pretty good at school. Like I liked it. I liked learning. I liked asking questions. And I liked it so much, honestly, I decided to work in one forever, or at least for a really long time. I committed a lot of time and energy to perfecting my ability to ask questions, to analyze information, and even am starting to get good at creating knowledge. That's what really motivates me today, is being able to create knowledge in a way that gets disseminated and shared with other people so that the society as a whole can advance and grow. One of the ways that I'm doing that now is disseminating what other people have shown, what other people have learned over many, many years in business by educating my marketing students. I do that with my class, I do that with the research that I conduct, etc. But back in high school, I didn't even know that I wanted to be a professor. Honestly, back in high school, I wanted to be an engineer. I was interested in solving problems. I guess, generally speaking, I wanted to be able to solve the world's problems. And I thought engineers were pretty well equipped to do that. But what I found after shadowing an engineer, so that's a key learning point, right? Find people who are doing the things you think you want to do and watch them, see what they're doing. And if you like what it looks like they're doing, how they talk about what they're doing, go after it. I didn't. I didn't like what the engineers that I followed, that I shadowed, I didn't like what they were doing. So I thought about solving the world's problems from a more business perspective. Because when I shadowed people who I knew who were doing business, when I ran my own businesses, I liked what that felt like. I liked how that looked. So I pursued this mission of trying to solve the world's problems through business. My field of marketing was interesting to me because that's how I saw my role in the businesses that I ran and that I helped run, is in creating value for the end consumer and building relationships with people. I was pretty good at that. But really only understood that it was possible to be a professor at a university who taught business once I got to a university and then shadowed again another professor. And when I followed his career, when I followed what he did from a day to day, I started to get even more interested. I was like, this is a way for me to learn as much as I can about business, still run my own businesses on the side, but learn as much as I can about business, and then help create new knowledge about it, share it with other people, and help shape the lives of other people who want to work in business. So that's how I found myself here. So, what are some of the key things that you can take away from my path to help improve your path? Right. One is to make sure that you find individuals or people who are willing to let you watch them, shadow them, share their perspective with you so that you have a better idea of whether or not that particular career path is good for you. Right? If I hadn't have shadowed the engineers that I shadowed in high school, if I hadn't worked in the private sector for a little bit to understand that that aspect of business really wasn't what I wanted, I wouldn't have been open to the opportunity that was presented to shadow the professor who I eventually shadowed. Um, Moreover, it's important to make sure you are prepared for those opportunities. In school, the primary measure of performance is your GPA, the things that you're involved in, the athletics that you perform in, and your overall conduct and citizenship in that environment. If you're not a pleasant person to work with in one area, I don't know that you're going to be that great to work with in my area. And I only want to work with good people, right? And third, what I would say is to allow God, luck, whatever higher power you ascribe to. For me, it's God, but allow those to operate and to move you into different ways in spaces that you might not necessarily think at first are good for you. And then adjust, adapt, and find what good is there, what matches with you, and move on, right? Either move closer towards pursuing that thing or change your trajectory so that you're pursuing something that's more aligns with what you are trying to set out to do. That's extremely important. If I hadn't have given the professor who mentored me in undergrad the opportunity to show me his career path, I may not have even found out how much I loved being able to teach, how much I loved being able to research, and I might have missed out. Right. And so those three things I would encourage you to take away from what I said in my path. And hopefully that helps yours. One thing I almost forgot. If you have any questions, if you want more information about my career, my life, my path, feel free to get my contact information from Mr. Jackson. That's been shared with him. Many of you probably also already know my mom, know my dad. They're still in the city. You can reach out to them, get my contact information from them. I'm accessible. I'm from the city. I'm from Kokomo, and love being able to pour into folks from Kokomo who are motivated to pursue things with excellence. That's what I'm about. And I think part of that in me was developed during my time at Kokomo High School. And so that same potential is in you.